All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for the Nexus Gaming Series, our second set of replay casts this afternoon. And once again, I'm joined by my faithful co-caster, Ysera the Awakened. How you doing, Ysera? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, there you are. You gonna say something? No, just gonna look at me. Okay, well that's good. Either way, we are going in here to match number 1. Let's waste no time at all since this is a replay cast. Now we got both teams ready to go, or at least they were ready to go when this match was being done live. But either way, we are here for the replay. And on the left, we are going to see Abusement Park. AEDS? Is it AIDS? I don't know. We are going to see him playing the... looks like... Man, I can't see it from this angle. Who are you playing, buddy? There it is, Johanna. Rossi going to be playing the Hanzo. We're going to have Tracer playing the Varian. Mason Blaze is going to be playing the Maiev. And who did I miss in there? Tremor? It's very hard to... You guys are stacked very, very hard in there. No, Tremor's on the Hanzo, Tracer on the Varian, Mason Blaze on the Maiev, and AIDS on the Johanna. Now, on the right side, Montreal-style Bagels, we're going to see Breakwood playing the Jaina, Fairy Dragon going to be on the Alex Straza, Rael on the Phoenix, Mr. Christie sliding in there on the ETC, and we're going to see Fiducia be on the Malthael. Should be an interesting solo lane matchup here after level 4 at least. Tracer going to struggle a little bit before then. Ooh, man, an ETC getting caught out in the bot lane right at the start here. Strong rotation coming in from Abusement Park. I'm going to stall out that rotation a little bit. So just looking at these comps a little bit, we got Deckard Cain on the left side here for Abusement Park. So we're going to see a lot of sustain, especially late sustain healing on these points. Could be really strong if Abusement Park is able to rotate early, set up some of those potions nice and early. Fallen a little off in the meta ever since the Q cooldown was nerfed a little bit, but still pretty strong on a lot of these point maps. But on the other side, speaking of strong healing, we're going to see the Alex Straza coming in from Montreal-style Bagels. So that nice ability to pop open that dragon on the map objectives here can be very strong to get some of these early punishers. Meanwhile, 3v4 here in the bot lane. Mr. Christie with a nice slide. Tremor going to be isolated out a little bit, barely going down there to the poison damage off of that flare from Fairy Dragon. Dying for the Q stack. You know, maybe worth, maybe, I don't know. 1 for 1 so far, though, in this heroic division matchup from last week, actually. Catching up on some of the oldie but goodie replays here in NGS Season 1. Getting some of the older ones out of the way. What do you think, Ysera? Right back to sleep. That's what I thought. In case you guys couldn't wonder, that's me going for a sip of my water so that I don't get too much of a dry throat casting solo, but makes for a good transition anyway. We will see 3 members rotating to the top right here from Montreal-style Bagels. They're going to cap their camp just a little bit later than Abusement Park. Give a little bit of a rotational advantage to this objective, possibly, for Abusement Park. Going to allow Deckard to set up some nice healing potions. Wait a minute, AIDS. I don't know if that was for you, man. Just marching right in, stealing that potion. Poor Rossi, trying to set up for something. See Mason Blaze doing it too, man. This is why Deckard can't have nice things. We will see Montreal-style Bagels rotating in here. Pretty even on the count so far, actually. 8-7. As we do see the nice scroll coming out. Going to lock Mr. Christie up on the other side of this shrine. In the top lane, both solo laners content to just stay up there and get the soak and try and clear out on the side of Abusement Park. But still incredibly even. 18-17 as these teams go back and forth. Most of the damage being put into these Shrine Monkeys. Not looking to get too much onto the heroes themselves. Nice vault there from Mason Blaze. Dodging the Blizzard. Breakwood completely out of mana here, though. They do have about a Well, I was about to say they had 2, but there's 3 more coming in for Abusement Park. Fairy Dragon. Gonna go ahead and pop the Dragon Queen now. That's gonna give them a lot of extra Shrine Clear. Man, this one is gonna be incredibly close. 39 and 40. There it is on the side of Montreal Style Bagels. A lot of the basic attacks coming in from Alex Straza. Fairy Dragon there. Gotta finish that up. And John Cena will be baited over the wall. Nice scroll on the other side, trying to zone the members of Montreal Style Bagels, but they're going to get a lot of damage done to this front wall. Tremor does, of course, have quite a lot of damage to put onto John Cena, but John Cena putting a lot of damage back, and the root followed up on the stun, and Tremor goes down. John Cena MVP here to start the game off. Yeah, it was kind of a rough spawn there on the Frozen Punisher. You know, a lot of people talk about how much damage the Arcane Punisher deals, how much extra siege you can get from the Fire Punisher, but the CC that can be occasionally provided from that from the Frost Punisher, it could be really, really tough to deal with, especially on a hero that doesn't have a whole lot of extra mobility. And of course, Hanzo does have the ability to jump over structures, but it's pretty long cooldown. And if you're not very close to anything to jump over, he's basically got no extra mobility. So both teams going to go ahead and prioritize grabbing some camps here. 2 flowing into the mid against each other. Bottom one going to be cleared up, though, by the members of Abusement Park. So still fairly even on the level. About a half-level lead here for Montreal Style Bagels, which you would expect after that a nice push-in. Mr. Christie with a very nice reaction to that tether. Just walking right along with Mason Blaze. Just, you know, holding hands as they walk in towards the mid-towers. And then, you know, just as soon as they're about to get there, just slides away. What do you know? That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of people in a lot of different divisions, on a lot of different teams, including myself, struggle playing against Maya, but that's how you do it right there. Just don't give her the tug. That's it. Level 10's coming in for both teams now. Rotational game back on for Abusement Park. Rotating tight as 4. I haven't been giving very much camera time, by the way, to our solo laners up here. It is indeed Windblades coming in from Tracer. And you can see that damage coming down onto Fid. And even the rest of the sneaky rotation up here. Well, you can tell Fid sees that. Sees that they're missing. Not going to go in too far. Still stays in a pretty healthy range away. Tracer trying to be in there, trying to taunt him a little forward, but very nice rotation away. 4-man rotation, though. Going to catch out Mason potentially here. Mr. Christie's ready with that slide. Looking for somebody to set up for follow-up. The slide is eventually going to come out as they try and disengage. Stay a while and Listen going to be popped. Ring on the other side catching 2. And Johanna's going to end up going down. Maya blown up. We're even seeing Alex Straza popping that ult as well. Going up, dealing a little bit of damage. But that's going to be a very timely 2 picks here for the side of Montreal Style Bagels. We're going to go ahead and take this camp away. Nice denial from them as well. Abusement Park not going to be able to have any kind of counter pressure in that top lane. Should the side of Montreal Style Bagels be able to grab their camp at some point. And you would think they would start that right there, but no. Instead, they're going to rotate to the mid. They're going to tap. They're going to put pressure elsewhere, as right now nobody from Abusement Park even coming in close to engaging on this. They don't want to give up too much advantage elsewhere, so they're just splitting up a little bit. Kind of meeting that pressure asymmetrically versus what Abusement Park was doing. Still gets a little bit of an advantage, but the death timers are so low, that was not going to be an automatic shrine, no matter what they did. And for the moment, they're down ults. Dragon Queen should be up, though, I believe, so should still be a good opportunity for Montreal Style Bagels to push in here with it. And there it is. Dragon Queen going to be popped. Fairy Dragon. In response to that huge dragon arrow. The beam comes out, though, right on top of that mosh pit. Really, and Mr. Christie together for the 4-man wipe. Hanzo, the only one going to be left to live to tell the tale, I should say. Tremor going to be going down, clearing up the bot lane. Level 13 now in for Montreal-style Bagels. 8-1 on the kill count right now. They're cleaning house to start this match off. I'm going to grab a camp here in the top lane as well. Again, no way to give counter pressure other than just putting the hero in the lane and forcing Varian to have to be up there to soak. But that's going to allow them to apply pressure elsewhere. John Cena getting a little bit of work done here in the mid. But again, this is the Mortar Punisher. So it's going to offer a little bit of extra siege damage, a little bit of extra zoning in terms of forcing Abusement Park to dodge some of those. The jump does come in, but Mr. Christie not quite able to find a slide just yet. There it is. Onto AIDS. And we're going to see the last rites come out as well, but not quite enough damage to finish him off. And for right now, the members of Abusement Park just going to walk away. Montreal-style Bagels going to quickly rotate to grab these camps. I really like the level 13 here for Fairy Dragon. We're going to see Pacify coming out. Going to be a great tool to use against these divey heroes such as Maev and especially Twin Blades Varian. Slow him down a little bit, prevent some of that engage potential. Pretty standard build coming out from Jaina as well. Fingers of Frost to 13. Pretty strong power spike here. Meanwhile, they got Malthael just rolling around the map on that pale horse. Double soaking. Very good hero on this map for that. And the Shrine Clear as well. Abusement Park looking to try and get some kind of engage here before level 16, but these Bagels, man, they know where they need to be. Whether it's New York or Montreal, they know. I do see lane being cleared out here. I'm going to be able to push them back for the moment. They're looking for that level 16. Safe soaking. Grouping together as 5 now. Kind of daring the members of Abusement Park to come in. Hey, you can come in if you want, but we've got the lane pressure in the other 2 lanes, so if you're going to fight us 5v5, that's not going to work out well for you either way. And now they will get level 16 off of this wave. They can look to force. Camp is available up here in the top, and it looks like that might be where they're rotating. Either that or they could just be going to the top lane in general. We'll try and push in a little bit. Next map objective is here. So if they can look to push in and grab this well, that'll be a good get for the side of Montreal-style Bagels. And they do indeed get that and a little bit more. They still have the wave here as well. We will see Dragon Arrow coming in, but dodge just barely after that poured away from Fid. You know, we do see everybody hitting their R buttons here. Multiple members getting low on the side of Abusement Park. Malthael will indeed be the first to fall, though, as they kite back. Dragon Queen popped here early. Probably not the time that Fairy Dragon really wanted to pop it as the Shrine activates. We will see Abusement Park rotating up to the top. I'm going to try and get a little bit of a lead on this while they've still got Malthael down for 18 seconds. They won't be able to capture this entire shrine before Malthael can come back, but should be able to get a pretty sizable lead. Possibly an insurmountable lead, and that is exactly the approach that Montreal-style Bagels seems to think that it is going to be. They're going to rotate away. Let's see Mr. Christie just kind of sharking around, trying to keep an eye on where the members of Abusement Park's Abusement Park might be. They're not exactly being shy about showing, though. But again, you see it on the other side. The members of Montreal-style Bagels, they know they can't get the objective. So what do? They're going to rotate out to the lanes. They're going to get camps in the other lanes to get the pressure on the other side. They know that it's probably not safe to defend against this Arcane Punisher without the wall on top. So instead, they're just going to drop back and safely defend the keep. Or at the keep, I should say. We'll see ultimately if they can defend the keep. Mr. Christie ready here to bait this Punisher over the wall. Will indeed. Slides away to even dodge the stun. Very nice. We got most of the structures focused on it as well. Arrow on the backside though, and Mason Blaze comes in and says hello. That huge fan of knives. Ring not quite going to find its mark there. No real setup from the mosh pit for it to follow up. We will see the flame coming out here. Trying to knock down Tracer. Nice protect though, dodging abilities from all three members of Montreal Style Bagels there. And first keep of the game going over to the side of Abusement Park. Now we do have Johanna back here. Clearing this out. Oh, wait a minute. On the other side, huge stun into the Planet Cracker coming in from Montreal Style Bagels. They're going to pick themselves up a Maev there. Level 16 Numbing Blast now out for Breakwood. So we'll be able to have a little bit of extra CC to aid in some of those big setup heroics. Meanwhile, rotation to the bot lane here for Abusement Park. So they're going to look to see if they can find anybody out here. But right now, Montreal Style Bagels playing pretty smart. They're going to rotate down, get the camp. They're sticking it together as 5 so they can't get outmaneuvered. I say that, of course, as now Malthael rotates down to the bot lane to clean this up. Abusement Park seeing that, they're willing to step out a little bit further, even without Maev. Trying to see if they can find anybody out here. Everybody playing pretty careful. A lot of warding. Nothing too aggressive coming in. Mr. Christie just turning the corner fast enough to see Johanna step into that that vent. Mason Blaze now anchoring up in that bush. As the members of Montreal Style Bagels rotate down, get the clear, protecting their bottom fort here. Pretty much a lull time right now in this game. There's a lot of downtime between these Punishers. Teams grabbing camps, grabbing XP, level 20 coming in soon here for Montreal Style Bagels. We will see the rotation up to the top. Final camp going to be picked up here before this next phase pops, and there it is. Shrine activating in the mid. Big moment here for Abusement Park. They can't really afford to give up this shrine marching in the mid lane. There's no fort to fall back to here. The Punisher will be marching directly onto their keep, which is something they sorely do not want. They will be able to soak up the level 20 before this starts, and we're going to get really probably the biggest moment in this matchup so far. Level 20 versus level 20 on this shrine. Maybe not on the shrine. They are the members of Montreal Style Bagels rotating in here. They get the slide onto Johanna. Face melt away. They're putting a lot of damage down, but the Searing Flame going to come out on the other side to heal up the members, keep them nice and healthy. The level 20 was achieved, so she's trying to spawn the dragon off of that. Does get it. So now we'll still have Dragon Queen to pop later as well. This is just the shorter Searing Flame 20 proc of it. Or Cleansing Flame, I should say. On Ruby Wings. And we will see Mosh Pit is up here along with the Planet Cracker. Really kind of backing up a little bit. Second Dragon Queen pop. Stay a while and listen, and on the back end we see Warden's Cage kind of splitting them apart a little bit. Two-man Mosh Pit with the Planet Cracker on top, but the Mosh Pit is interrupted, but it's too late for Deckard Cain, so Healer is down. Meanwhile, we're also going to see Jaina falling on the backside, though, but Johanna not long for this world. So a 2-for-1 exchange. Malthael also did die in that, but ends up coming back with that level 20. So now risking a very long cooldown, potentially, if he's to die again. But, definitely worth to bring him back here for this push. 4v3. And this Mortar Punisher marching directly onto the keep does actually dive in after Mason Blaze. Nice job pulling it up to the top lane. Going to take a little bit of pressure off that mid keep. Slide does come in, though, with the face melt. Varian going to have to step back for the moment. And they will get the keep, and that is going to be it for Montreal-style Bagels. They're not going to look to get too overly aggressive. And the members of Abusement Park will have the opportunity to clean this up and stay in the game for another set here. Montreal-style Bagels, though, putting their foot on the gas at this point. 11-5 on the kill count as they look to step in and steal this camp away from Abusement Park. Arrow does come in. Warden's Cage with a teleport over the wall there, but we do see Cleansing Flame coming out, keeping them very healthy. This is definitely going to be enough procs to, again, put her out into dragon form here. We'll be able to zone away, but Malthael definitely in danger, and that's going to be that super long death timer. 80 seconds to start there. So he's going to be gone for a while. Meanwhile, the members of Montreal-style Bagels looking to try and get another kill on the end of that. It was a Varian dying on the other side, so it is a 1-for-1.25 or so, with Malthael being dead for so long. We'll give Abusement Park a little bit of breathing room, though, to clean out these lanes. There is still the catapult pressure in the top, though, that Montreal-style Bagels is going to have to worry about and react to. Maybe even a little bit of an advantage, actually, for Abusement Park, as this next altar is going to spawn in the bot lane. And so that catapult pressure is going to be on the farthest lane away possible for them to have to deal with here. They are going to grab the camp, though, to try and get the counter pressure, but great call from Abusement Park, rotating in, getting this keep down. They will still have access to the mid lane to try and get a if they need to tap the well here, but they will not have the bottom keep to fall back to. So that's one less lane of retreat for the side of Abusement Park. Look at the camp steal coming in, though. Montreal-style Bagels, seeing them in the bot lane, their response is good. Gonna grab away that camp and get a little bit more pressure in that top lane. And then they'll just rotate away. Level 22-22 here. 22-minute game here on Infernal Shrines. Now, wait a minute. Mason Blaze starting to rotate towards that camp. Thinks better of it, though. Thought for a minute there, that could be a great backdoor. Thinking to myself, gee, I sure hope they didn't stream snipe that. Since I don't have the delay on and everything. Just kidding, it's a replay. Haha. Ysera thought my joke was funny. Anyway, we are going to see Montreal-style Bagels rotating in here. A little bit of a bush party. As the arrow is going to get 3. Warden's Cage to follow up once again. And they interrupt. Did they interrupt it? They did interrupt the Dragon Queen. And holy cow, out of nowhere, Abusement Park coming in. They're going to sidewall it. And then I think they're just going to march straight to the core here. They're not even going to bother with the structures. Mason Blaze just going to take the brunt of the hits from that one tower. A few of these are going to shoot them on the way through. But easy peasy. Abusement Park takes that one team fight, that 3-for-0. We'll take that win straight to core and straight to a Game 1 victory here. But very competitive back and forth matchup here in the Heroic Division to start this matchup off. Montreal-style Bagels, if they had won that team fight, they could have just as easily marched it down the bot lane. So we'll give you guys one last look at the stats, which I have forgotten to do this for the last set, and one picture of the talents before we move on through to our game number 2. I did not mean to make that rhyme, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. That is not my style. I'm not a poet. But I am going to cast a game number 2 here. And then I'll be taking a little bit of a break. I thought I might do 3 sets, but I'm already feeling the scratchiness in the throat, so I don't want to risk doing too much here before the set we've got tonight for B West, 7:30. I believe 7:30. The teams didn't switch sides on me. I love these teams. I got to check my own calendar now. Yeah, at 7:30 tonight, we got Logical Decision versus Scorpius Eternum, and that is actually going to be a live cast. That is not going to be the replay. But speaking of replay, let's get on into game number 2. Abusement Park versus Montreal Style Bagels. That's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. All right. Maybe? There we go. All right, on the left, we've got Abusement Park. Rossi going to be playing the Malfurion. Tracer going to be playing the Leoric. And everyone else is too close. Mason Blaze is going to be playing the Rainer. Aid's going to be on the Johanna. And Tremor going to be on the Jaina. I guess I could just zoom in a little bit. That would help. Mr. Christie going to be on the ETC. Breakwood playing the Orphea. We're going to have Fairy Dragon playing the Anna. Really is going to be on the Phoenix, and Fiducia going to be on the Imperious. This is Montreal Style Bagels. Game number 2 of the set. And immediately we see 4v4 in the mid lane. Quick clear and rotate by Abusement Park. Good start for them. In the spot lane, we'll see classic solo lane matchup. I kind of like this solo lane matchup just simply because both of these guys have percentage-based damage mechanics and are both, you know, warriors with fairly high health pools, so kind of counteracts each other consistently in these lanes. Wave clear advantage, though, a little bit to Leo, especially after level 4, but come back to those guys maybe a little bit later. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, the 4-man rotate continues. And nice job by Abusement Park, kind of trying to deny this rotation. They're not stopping it, but they're making it a little bit more difficult for the side of Montreal-style Bagels. And especially when they didn't need to rotate right to the mid anyway. I really like that. That is time well spent. You can get Jaina a little bit of frost damage that way too. Though she has 0 so far, mind you. Tremor not finding any frost damage just yet. They're prioritizing just clearing the lane, getting the gems. And there you go. There's a little bit. 278 in the bank. Only about 15,000 to go. Meanwhile, both teams just rotating pretty consistently here. No big fighting going on. Nobody rotating for camps just yet. They're even going to leave Breakwood up in the top lane. I like this call from Montreal Style Bagels when you don't really have that good of a rotate game going on. You can just leave one of your members in the top so you don't got to worry about it. Jaina's ready to use Blizzard, guys. Watch out. Oh, there it is. Goes right onto the wave. That makes sense. The one big thing that Abusement Park will get from this rotational advantage is that ownership over this top turn-in location. You can see already they've dropped in 34 of their gems. Tracer holding 6 of their remaining gems on the other side of the map. Oh, meanwhile, big engage. They're looking to find somebody here, but instead we'll just go ahead and let them go back to the fort. Couldn't continue to stop that retreat. Into the mid lane, we see Abusement Park rotating. Getting some nice zoning done. Mr. Christie trying to find a turn in here. They have slipped 15 in, but now the members of Abusement Park do have enough to turn in. Still will need Leo's gems out of the bottom, though. Oh, never mind. Tracer got his in. Never mind. They can get it in just with Mason or... yeah, Mason. Mason's got the turn in. But Montreal-style Bagel's not going to give that up for free. And why would they? They've got a lot of poke on the other side between Orphea, Phoenix, and Anna. But we'll see them slip to the bottom lane. Mason able to slam those in. And first Web Weavers of the game going to go over to Abusement Park. Looks like they're going to go ahead and prioritize the top lane here. Priority lane on this map due to the boss, so no surprise there. Also no surprise that Montreal-style Bagels is going to rotate to try and clear this as quickly as possible. Slide in onto Tremor, but nice roots to zone there. Zone away the members of Montreal-style Bagels from that follow-up. Tracer, meanwhile, going to get a lot of work done with the help of this Web Weaver. Fiducia trying to do everything in their power to clean up the lane, though. And mid taking a ton of pressure from Abusement Park here. After that top gets cleaned up, though, we do see Montreal-style Bagels rotating down. And the big rotation here from Mason Blaze going to be able to help aid in the destruction in the bottom lane and the first blood onto Imperius. Tracer going to have to Wraith Walk away for the moment. That's a pretty good start, though, for Abusement Park. They get front walls pretty much every lane. Oh, this is going to actually be close. Yeah, they got it. They got every front wall completely dead. Decent amount of damage in the mid lane as well. Mr. Christie going to slap in 15 of those puppies. Now just 20 away from the turn-in is the side of Montreal-style Bagels. Abusement Park, about a half-level lead off of that, which you pretty much expect. Ooh, but Jaina falling in the top lane. It's going to be a handful of gems hitting the floor. Nice rotation in from the Bagels. 1-1 now on the kill count. So overall, pretty passive by both of these teams. Nobody being too overly aggressive, but a couple of small positional issues punished pretty well by these teams. One of the number one things you see in the difference between a heroic division team and most of the other divisions is how well they punish those little mistakes and how few of those mistakes are made to punish. Got to take advantage of them when you can in this kind of league. Meanwhile, red Web Weavers coming out here for the side of Montreal-style Bagels. Should give them a little bit of an XP boost as some of these front walls go down, but level 10s are now in for Abusement Park, so they've timed this out pretty well. They can pretty much have free reign to defend any lane they want, and they get very good clear to start off on this top Web Weaver. Now rotating in, they're thinking about rotating in aggressively. They do end up doing just that. And mostly just looking to zone the members of Montreal-style Bagels so that they can clear out here in the mid. Web Weaver does fall in the mid lane, and Leoric trying to do what he can to handle here in bot, and does actually do a pretty decent job there. So nice defense there from Abusement Park. Both teams now owning enough gems to secure another turn-in. We'll see a lot of turn-ins happening across the map, but nice zoning, nice goaltending here from Abusement Park. Ring is going to come out. They actually catch Orphea, and that's going to be a kill. But two-man mosh on the back end. They do get a little bit of a planet cracker there, but it's interrupted by Johanna with that condemn. So not a whole lot of follow-up there. Meanwhile, Mr. Christie being forced to retreat right through that Hyperion. So 1-for-0 exchange. The side of Abusement Park gets to Orphea, and that is going to be it. All right, Blue Web Weavers coming out here for Abusement Park. And we do see the focus here on the top lane, as you would expect. Web Weavers are going to pretty easily capture the other two forts anyway. Tracer Wraith walking in, trying to find Really. Meanwhile, on the other side, a lot of damage coming in onto Imperius. Once again, Jaina going to be able to lock down that kill this time around. Huge feast coming in, though, from Orphea. Is going to end up going down, though. Mr. Christie going to have to slide away, and it's going to be just him and Fairy Dragon maybe living to tell the tale. Oh, the ring comes out, and ETC is going to fall as well. Not able to escape with all those slows. 4-for-2 exchange, and one of those is Leo. You take him on a trade any day of the week. Meanwhile, a havoc being wrought by these Web Weavers in the bottom two lanes. Forts go down, and front walls soon after to follow. And in the top lane, pretty decent defense overall, but a bit more of a fort to go through in those lanes as well for those poor Web Weavers, which are now gone, but not forgotten. Neither team having nearly enough gems for another turn in, so both teams just going to go after the camps for now. Tracer down here in the bot lane, soloing these Siege Giants. He's like, I don't need to move. You guys aren't dealing enough damage for it to matter. Not worried about it if you're Leoric. Camp going to be pretty much insta-gibbed here in the mid by Abusement Park. We've got so much wave clear, but look out. Here comes a massive rotation in onto the backside by Montreal-style Bagels. They're not going to find anybody with that spear, though. And they're kind of wishy-washy a little bit in terms of who they're going to try and focus. They do end up finding ETC on the other side, though. Abusement Park with the instant response. Leo ends up going down, but they're trading it out for Imperius. And again, you'll take that trade any day of the week. Leoric can come right back onto the battlefield much, much faster than anyone else. And especially in a world where you got this mid push, you take an even exchange in that team fight. Gives more opportunity for that camp to push up, and now they can pressure this keep in what is a 4v3 and very soon will be a 5v4 as Leoric gets up a little faster than Imperius, but won't even need it at this point. As the keep goes down and the prize has been grabbed. Camp also pushing in the bot lane, so a little bit something extra for Montreal-style Bagels to have to deal with. And with that, we're going to see an instant rotation to the top lane. They do show on the sidewall, so Montreal-style Bagels knows they're here, but can they do anything about it? They're going to rotate up. They're coming. The question is, can they get here in time? Yeah, plenty of time. The burn, not particularly amazing for Abusement Park, but it looks like they're going to just look to counter-rotate. They come off the boss instantly, and they are on top of Fairy Dragon. Anna in all kinds of trouble here. The Entomb comes out as well. The ring going to lock into Anna falls. Mr. Christie in all kinds of trouble. He's going to fall. And we see Imperius going to fall. And everybody is going to die except Phoenix. Phoenix will make it out with the teleport. 4-for-1 exchange. They do get the mouth on the other side, but should still allow them to get the boss here. If my team was doing this, I'd be a little bit worried about not having a healer, but not in the heroic division. These guys know how to split up the damage from the boss. They're going to be fine. Okay, regen blue. We could have done it too. We're fine. No problem at all for them. Members coming back here for Montreal-style Bagels, however. 5 seconds before they got their whole team together. No level 16, though. Abusement Park with a 12-5 kill advantage right now. Enjoying a nice 1.5 level lead and has that 16 talent tier to boast as well. This boss will get some decent damage onto the keep front wall. Might even get a slap on that well. I don't know. We'll see. The clear is pretty good from the side of Montreal-style bagels, though. And got the one, and that's it. Ah, nailed it. Feels good, man. It's the little things in life, people. You gotta enjoy it. Level 16 now in here for Montreal-style bagels. They can look to try and force. We'll definitely want to try and force before level 20's in. Abusement Park now has exactly the right number of gems to be able to turn in. Oh, and Mr. Christie going to be caught out in no man's land here. Does try to slide through the top, but is going to be caught in this... going to be caught in that entomb. Mosh Pit does get popped, but is instantly interrupted. And Orphea is going to end up falling. The slide by Mr. Christie. Trying to zone. This Phoenix looking to maybe approach from the bot, but is going to think better of that. And it's going to end up just being a pick on Orphea, but Mr. Christie makes it out just fine. Even after that Entomb came down and after him. ETC, you know, it's tough to gank him. Got to be able to lock him down very, very well. There's not a whole lot of hard CC on the side of Abusement Park. Yeah, exactly. The Orphea paid for ETC's sins. You got that right, Ace. Meanwhile, we do see Abusement Park going to go ahead and grab their camp in response. 13-5 now on the kill count. And they only need the one more gem. One more. They're holding it, though. They want that level 20. I'm going to go ahead and turn it in, though. This should help them to achieve level 20 pretty quickly. As they clear out these lanes. It's a tough spot for Montreal-style bagels. They're going to have to choose whether they want to defend the top or the bottom. Top's pushing in just a little bit further. Meanwhile, Abusement Park's just going to roll in with this spell shield camp. And they are looking for it. Mason Blaze up on the top, getting some nice damage out onto Orphea to start this off. Slide in from Mr. Christie. Mosh Pit still 9 seconds away as the Hyperion's going to come out just strafing right across the core right now of Montreal-style bagels. Tracer getting very low, but Phoenix the first to fall. Mr. Christie does slide in, trying to find a kill somewhere, but ends up getting rooted there by the Malfurion and getting completely blown up by the Jaina and the Rainer. What a strong damage combo that continues to be here in Season 6. And Imperius is going to fall, and that is going to be it as the catapult's just slowly chipping away. Here comes the Webweaver to get in on the action. Game number 2 and the series going over very convincingly. Over to Abusement Park. Game number 1 pretty even, but game number 2 just dominated by the members of Abusement Park. So we'll give you guys a look at those talents, and we'll jump on over to the stats to give you guys a final look at who did what. Holy cow, the Rainer damage, man. 6-0 and just a ton of hero damage. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us for right now, guys. I was thinking, you know, maybe if I was feeling up to it, I might do 3 series. But, you know, I am kind of doing 3 series because in just a few hours, we're going to be back here to cover the Division D, or Division B, I should say. Division B matchup, Logical Decision versus Scorpus Eternum. So we'll be back for that a little bit later. I want to thank all the teams for playing these matches and being patient with us casters. We're going to try and get everything replay casted eventually. And so if we do miss your match, don't worry. We're going to try and still pick it up and cover it. And for NGS, I'm Jayzon, and we'll see you guys a little bit later on tonight.